Okay. Let's see what's going on over here. Yeah, something weird's happening. Hmm. Lucas, of course, here. What's he holding? Okay, I want to make sure if that was a cane or an umbrella. It's just a cane. Wanted to make sure. Hmm. Damn, God damn it. It keeps doing that. God damn it. Really? Bruh. Hmm. Uh, well, you gotta be kidding. I was like, where does this go wrong? I was like waiting for something to go wrong somewhere on the Defense Forces side. But I can't believe it was because I was hoping it wouldn't be that, but it's the Major General's direct dealings with Porcelumex and their incessant need for profit from this. That they're not focusing on the fact that we didn't wipe them all out. Stop doing that. Why is it double clicking? Mm.
Everyone! The Exultus, the threat that plagued Waifei Peninsula, have been wiped out under our thunderous assault. Once again, we've brought justice and victory to the people of New Eridu. Give it up for yourselves, soldiers! And let's hear it for our brilliant commander!
I hate to be that girl, but isn't it a bit early to celebrate?
That commander sure seems to be soaking up the cheers.
A typical big shot, huh?
Big shot.
You're right to be concerned, Proxy. There are still Exaltist stragglers roaming inside and outside the Hollow, and the Obscura in the city haven't been fully inspected yet.
As far as I know, the key Exaltus leaders are still on the loose. They've managed to slip away after every encounter so far. Even though Mevarok was severely injured by Ishu and Shifu, and the Exaltists suffered heavy losses, there's still no sign of them backing down. Miasma activity is still spreading.
Yishuan, High Preceptor of Yunquay Summit.
How come I don't see Colonel Isolde anywhere? As the operations leader, shouldn't she be here to celebrate?
Isolde has been unwell recently and went back to the city to rest.
Maybe the commander's like Proxy and isn't fond of these kinds of gatherings.
You might be right. In any case, we've dealt a heavy blow to the Exaltists. And after fighting on the verge of life and death, the soldiers really needed a victory to boost their morale.
That doesn't sound like something our strict Captain Magus would say.
Think of it as me trying to lift everyone's spirits. As soldiers, it is our duty to obey orders. So even when we have doubts, we can't launch investigations on our own.
If you take action without orders, you'll be standing trial at a military tribunal.
I left Eyes doing a twitchy thing again. Randomly does this. I don't know why, it just kind of happens randomly. I never thought much of it. I'm selecting thumbnails for the previous videos. Oh, that automatic one should be fine.
I might not mind, but I'm sure Seed Senior would stop us.
I don't want anyone ending up in front of a military tribunal either.
Right. Since it is a military order, the Major's restriction on you can't be lifted until the operation is officially concluded.
I understand. Obel Squad and all the other soldiers have already given so much to protect New Eridu. Everyone should enjoy this hard-earned victory.
Thank you, Proxy.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, is it Damien? Is that Damien? Is that our boy? Yo, my man. The dude who was initially sus, but turns out to be exceptionally reasonable. How are you, my dude?
Actually, I've already heard about Lucro personally entering the Hollow and the Major General's movements. Besides relocating Porcelumex and the Exaltis stock of Porcelume, they're rounding up trusted members who served under Ferox, including my poor colleagues who fled into the Hollow's labs, fearing a purge. The dust hasn't even settled, yet they're already discarding what they no longer need, proving that the only thing crueler than one ruthless boss is another. I have no place in TOPS any longer, and the Defense Force won't seek justice for a stray like me.
Even though you played a major role in taking down Ferox, your new boss won't tolerate you for long, will he?
Exactly. I can't stand stray dogs like you always sniffing out scraps to survive. Like I ever had a choice. I'm just trying to stay alive. Honestly, I was already planning to turn to you and Yunquay Summit for help. Regardless of our differences, you are among the few in Waifei Peninsula who have the power, care about justice, and are willing to hear me out. A stray like me is used to bowing and begging.
Unfortunately, no matter how much power we might have, we're just as constrained as you are now. I can't contact anyone at Yunquay Summit for assistance either. But if it's just to keep you safe...
It's alright. Just when I was at my wit's end, Miss Savior appeared.
Who are you?
I'm the
What?
savior he was talking about.
Who are you? Oh my god, you're so cute! Oh my god, how are you? Oh my god! You're adorable! Who is this?
It's funny, most company employees usually see me as a disaster.
What in the heck? That's... Whoa, okay. That's an incredible design.
Allow me to introduce you. This is Miss Zhao from TOPS, affiliated with the Krampus Compliance Authority.
Nice to meet you, Miss Zhao. The Krampus Compliance Authority. Is that the name of another company within TOPS? It doesn't sound as familiar to me as the other big companies.
That's alright. Most people haven't heard of it. Krampus isn't actually a company. Our role is to inspect, decide on, and enforce regulations. Brutal competition is an inherent flaw of the market system. For the members at the round table, it doesn't matter if the company's executives are tearing each other apart. However, the condition is that all actions by the company and its management must comply with the core rules and interests of the Alliance. The business game doesn't always let us play by the rules. That's the round table's mercy. But when those rule breakers go too far, the strict mother reaches out with her black branch. This time, Porcelumix has clearly stepped out of line.
I think I get why the corporations might see members of Krampus as a disaster. Even so, having regulators like you is probably a key reason Tops has managed to maintain its strong position in the city.
So, it's not hard for you to understand why I see Miss Zhao as my savior, right?
We'll only know whether I'm your savior or your disaster once all the investigations are complete.
Better than letting someone like Lucro treat you like a fish on a chopping board, right?
Although he isn't really a friend, I do sort of get Damien's style. He's determined to survive this brutal game. But he's also someone who never crosses the line.
Huh. You've got sharp and beautiful eyes.
A lot of people are noticing the eyes this time.
I hope you'll never become the enemy of Krampus, and that when those eyes look at me again, they won't be filled with hostility.
Interesting. I'm just waiting for stuff to go to like complete shit. I'm waiting for like fucking sacrifices to appear out of everywhere. Special nighttime operation. Interesting. I'm getting invited to a lot of places.
Soldier Orphe! You two again? Now you have the proxy as an accomplice too?
Yeah.
You've got it all wrong, Murphy. I had no idea those two were planning to scare you.
Captain Magus is asleep.
Is it time for the captain's self-diagnostics?
Is Orphe more worried about waking the captain, or about the captain catching you secretly enjoying some prohibited items?
What?
Excuse me! First of all, my concern for the captain is absolutely genuine. Second, the field manual doesn't list lemon-flavored chips under prohibited foods during deployment. I have every right to protest Captain Magus's executive decision to declare all snacks as prohibited.
Oh. Then why doesn't Orphe protest when the captain's actually awake?
I'm sure Orphe has her own reasons.
Anyway, if Orphe doesn't want us to tell the captain...
She's a foodie.
How about sharing some of those lemon chips with us?
Seed and Trigger are robbing me again!
Isn't this just
She's so
a regular
cute.
part of our night ops briefing?
The law doesn't punish the majority, Orphe.
Then, the proxy should also share the responsibility.
Aw.
A special mission to get rid of lemon-flavored chips?
Proxy, there's something I need to talk to you about.
Let me guess. It's something that you can only say when Captain Magus is asleep?
That's right. Proxy, I want to apologize on behalf of the captain for her bad attitude toward you during the mission. But there's a reason why the captain acted that way.
I trust that you know the captain, Orphe. Otherwise, why would you trust her so much? Come to think of it, you and Magus make a pretty unique team. A soldier paired with an intelligent weapon construct.
An intelligent construct? No, the captain is more than that. Can I trust you, Proxy?
Like I said, just like you trust Captain Magus.
I'm just a gunner. A soldier, here to support Captain Magus. Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special, You're one of a kind. That's how they would comfort me. If Captain Magus and the others were here. But no. I know that I'm not someone special. From the moment I was born, being a gunner has been my sole purpose and mission. In the disaster 11 years ago, New Eridu lost so much. It lost so many of its soldiers. The Defense Force's last remaining gemstone, Obsidian Division, also suffered heavy losses. At the time, the military had launched various research projects. Enhanced soldiers, cybernetic soldiers even. Cloned soldiers. It sounds brutal, doesn't it? But if it weren't for these cruel projects, Obsidian Division might never have lasted this long. I was also born at that time, cloned from a legendary soldier, and designed to aid that legendary soldier as an assistant. That legendary soldier's military code name was Magus. The soldier's original body has long been destroyed. All that remains now is a backup of her consciousness, or what you could call her soul, stored within the weapon. Even in death, she's still wielded as a weapon by the Defense Force. Though Captain Magus always says it's what she wanted, all things considered, I'm quite lucky. Selfish, even. I stole her body, her name. You could even say I stole her life. But Captain Magus has never cared about that. She'd just say to me, Orphe, my life was far too boring. You should live your own life. I know the looks in my comrades' eyes often carry sympathy or pity. Still, I can't help but feel that I'm lucky. I met Captain Magus, I met Obel Squad, and even crossed paths with someone as strong and interesting as you, Proxy. I know there's nothing special about the way I was born, but you all keep telling me, Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. Yet, the cold glass tanks, the tasteless nutrient fluids, those eyes filled with sympathy, pity, mockery, or disgust, they all proved one thing. I'm nothing special, but you all keep telling me over and over again, I can leave those glass tanks in the past. I just don't want to let your expectations down. Rather than those cold, lifeless glass tanks, I want the warmth of Captain Magus. I'd rather have my noisy Obel Squad and you, the cool Proxy, our pasts, whether it's mine or Captain Magus's, are not what define us. Although Captain Magus often jokingly calls you the villain, our pasts are not what define us. As a Proxy, I believe in you, Proxy.
Theory, have you finished calculating the exact coordinates of the blind spot in Lemnian Hollow's most active area?
Affirmative. HDD data sync complete.
Oh, Belle, finally. The exact coordinates are now locked in. The next step is to move out with Obel Squad and take them out in one strike.
Negative. Lorenz's forces have currently halted all further operations, so Obel Squad is unauthorized to act without orders. Could you send a message to Ishuan Shifu? Actually, scratch that. Better send it to Senior Fufu instead. Just say, Junior Bell needs your help. It's urgent. Please ask Ishuan Shifu to come to the rescue. P.S.
Poor Junior Bell is suffering cruel mistreatment at the hands of the Defense Force.
Aren't you over-exaggerating a bit?
This concerns the safety of Waifei Peninsula.
All we can do now is pray that Yunque Summit sends help soon. Who knows what kind of mess the Exaltists might be stirring up in the Hollow, while Lorenz is basking in the limelight. There's no time to waste. I'm logging off now. I think I just had a dream.
My disciple, Fufu told me poor Junior Bell is suffering cruel mistreatment at the hands of the Defense Force, and that I need to stay low and avoid any clashes with them.
Word for word! The message came straight from
By the way, I'm here too.
Someone's messing with our junior out there. That's the last straw.
What do you mean by step in? Junior Bell just looks a little dazed, that's all.
Did Ishuan Shifu use a technique to bring me to Swabian Temple?
Seems you're finally catching on now.
Your safety, of course, is our highest priority. But
Come on, Junior Bell!
That's right. All your seniors are here.
Cunning as always. Certainly sounds like the Exaltists.
If the Defense Force can't deal with those scoundrels, then we will. When do we set out, Shifu?
No need to be hasty. Let Junior Bell get some proper rest first.
Hand over the proxy!
I was wondering who would break into Swabian Temple in the middle of the night. Please be aware that although Phylum Heights is under military control, soldiers have no right to enter private residences without permission. And my temple isn't exactly a place where anyone can just come and go as they please.
What's all this rambling?
I think what this lady means, Captain, is that you barged into someone's home in the middle of the night.
Seed Senior said that if this lady is going to beat you up, he probably won't be able to stop her.
Even with all the Obsidian troops of Waifei Peninsula's support.
High Preceptor Ishuan, this unannounced visit is not meant as a provocation.
Under your protection, You mean the mayor's envoy whose freedom is now being restricted?
The temporary restriction on Proxy's movement is both to protect military secrets and to ensure the Proxy's safety.
No matter how you look at it, my disciple is safest under my protection.
Listen, you two. There's something more urgent to deal with than my safety.
Proxy. Oh, so the Proxy...
Apologies. This is my mistake.
I've never cared about military secrets, only about the safety of my disciples.
Well then, Proxy, if you went so far as to defy military orders to contact Yunque Summit, you mean you're absolutely certain that the Exaltists still have a real stronghold hidden somewhere in the Hollow?
I can't say I'm completely certain. Not until I enter the Hollow myself and reach those coordinates. But as Guardians of New Eridu, shouldn't Yunque Summit and the Defense Force investigate, even if there's only the slightest chance of danger?
Belle, I just received an alert from Fairy.
According to real-time Hollow monitoring data, ether activity is rising across the entire Lemnian Hollow. Warning: ether activity across Lemnian Hollow is approaching record-high levels. Warning: at the current rate of Hollow expansion, there is a 17.2% chance that Lemnian Hollow will breach the Zenless limit within 1,026 hours.
What's that voice assistant rambling about this time?
Basically, she said...
The Exaltists in charge of miasma research mentioned experiments on large-scale miasma activation. I suspect they're preparing for what they call the final sacrifice. Based on the intelligence and mission results we've seen, the Exaltists control most of the miasma-rich areas in Lemnian Hollow. They've also mastered the technology to manipulate the unique ether. The current rise in ether activity throughout the Hollow is probably connected to the Exaltists' operations.
If your theory is true, then this currently undiscovered Exaltist base will likely become the central hub for their final sacrifice.
Exactly. But if we can take out their hidden base, the sacrifice ritual won't happen, and the Hollow's rising activity will be back under control.
How do you manage to sigh with a mechanical throat like that?
Although I tried to ignore some of the seemingly fabricated technical terms, you still managed to lose me. So essentially, we head in, confirm whether any Exaltist rats are still stirring up trouble, and if they are, we wipe them out. That should eliminate the threat, right?
Wow, Captain Magus. You actually understood everything this time.
Then let's move out. Ogle Squad will personally eliminate the looming shadow that threatens Wi-Fi Peninsula.
But Captain Magus, weren't you just saying an hour ago that military orders must never be disobeyed?
Disobeying orders? Hardly. We were chasing after Phaethon, who fled all the way into the Hollow with classified military intel.
Captain Magus, your enthusiasm is truly moving.
It's our duty as the Defense Force to wipe out the Exaltists. If our superior officers have failed in that duty, then I'll take responsibility.
Okay, should be working now.
Besides, the Obscura still haven't been fully examined. If a sacrifice really did emerge from the boxes, then Defense Force soldiers, and even civilians, would pay dearly.
I understand. My disciples and I will remain on standby at Phylum Heights and fulfill our duty to protect this place.
In that case, the attack plan and the operation start time need to be decided ASAP.
Deploying all of Ogle Squad would draw too much attention. Let's regroup and launch the operation first thing tomorrow morning. All members of the Ogle Squad, return to base and get some rest. Tomorrow's probably going to be a long day.
What is the Zenless limit? Ooh, fun. Maybe. Okay, how long has it been? 30 minutes. I think I could probably stop this recording. My mic's... Maybe I'll switch... I don't know if I should. Oh, it's only 750. I should be able to switch off of the headphones. I won't be able to hear any of the music, which will be unfortunate, but... Hold on. Ah, okay. The Zenless limit is the ether activity threshold at which a companion hollow in Zenless Zone 0 will separate and become its own independent hollow. Okay. Okay. Then I will stop this recording.